to run through even more acknowledgements. I was really inspired in writing this book by several of the historical villages that I have visited. Two of my favorites are Avonlea Village, which was very different when I was a child. There was a lot of reenactments of the stories of Lucy Maud Montgomery, which made me fall in love with living history. And the village would operate in many ways like a village would have at the time that Lucy Maud was writing. And it was just so fun to go see the farm animals, to see people driving horse and buggies, and to see like the farming being done, to hear the music, to be able to go see different aspects of it. And it really made me fall in love with the idea of historical villages. Like, it was my dream job as a child to think about like being able to go be like a living history actor, which has not happened yet. I've had many jobs. That is not one of them. But I'll hold out some hope for that one. And I also really am inspired by King's Landing here in New Brunswick. I love that village. It gave me a lot of inspiration for Better Pond Village, which is the one in this book. And I would definitely encourage people to go see the historical villages in their area, especially if you can find ones with like reenactments or living history. It just brings it to life in a totally new way. But there's so many gorgeous historical houses like everywhere you go. And it's such an important part to take part in those experiences because it helps with our economies, it helps with our love of our history, it helps us be more invested in keeping our heritage alive. And I definitely recommend that. And I also have some friends that I want to list as having been so supportive to me during this process. First of all, is Allie McDonald, who has heard me talk about this book pretty much from the very beginning, has helped me like talk through different aspects of it, and is just such an inspiration for me as well on her love of history and how she's studying it right now. And just, I really, really thought of her a lot while writing some of these characters and their love of history. And I hope that she feels honored by how I've chosen to depict that. And Stephanie and Celine are just two friends who I wrote popped into my life and made it better with your friendship. And it's just, I find that such a beautiful aspect of life, how you will just meet these wonderful people at the right time when you need people to encourage you or to make you smile. And that has just been it's been such a good year despite a lot of stressors and unexpected happenings. And I'm just grateful for the support that they have given. And of course, to Shelley, who I wrote is more sister than friend. And I'm very grateful for all the inspiration that she has given me, and encouragement and love and support. And there's a couple characters in this book that are based on her in different ways. But she was able to provide some information from a Jewish perspective that was able to help me give a better portrayal of Ivy's best friend who is Jewish. And Shelley was able to help explain how different things would be celebrated or observed. And I hope that this is something that you will enjoy reading. And I'm also really grateful to different history professors and psychology professors that I had that helped me understand human development, mental illness, attachment, and all sorts of different aspects. That there were some parts of this book that after certain courses that I took, I had to completely rewrite sections because I realized I want this to be more trauma informed, or I want this to be done from a perspective of someone who's read a lot about attachment parenting and how those can be different. And I'm just so grateful for the people who have encouraged me to learn and keep on learning. And I can't wait to keep doing that. And I'm also grateful to Maple Leaf for letting me mention their products in my book. I thought it was important to involve Canadian products in a Canadian story, and I was grateful for that. And I've also had like different kids or tweens or teens who have encouraged me in writing this. So in the acknowledgement sections, there's some different, for anyone who wasn't an adult, I did it as just initials, but those initials stand for some pretty awesome people that I am so proud of and that I'm so grateful to be able to have in my life and who have been encouraging. And I hope that I get to encourage them as much as they encourage and inspire me. And then, of course, I also had to list different pets that I have. And that's my acknowledgement section. Very condensed, actually. So, and that went through many edits because at first it was probably about as long as the chapter, and I had to take out about half of what I wanted to say just to make sure that it was the most powerful ways that I could say it.